Hey everybody, welcome to the Cafe of Knowledge. Jay is not here today, but that's okay because baby, we're going to spill some tea today. We serving tea to people today, you hear me? So he'll be back next week, but today's topic, I'm getting right on into it, y'all. But today's topic is a good topic, and it says, stop forcing family to be family. Release that expectation, okay? Once again, that title is Stop Family. Stop forcing your family to be family. Because family, sometimes, you know, that can get kind of tricky. And we're going to talk about that, honey. We're going to serve some tea today. And I'm going to read a whole lot of people with this one. And that request came from Jacqueline Kirkwood. So we just want to say shout out to Jacqueline Kirkwood. And thank you for being a subscriber. And thank all of you for tuning in today. And make sure y'all click like and subscribe, please. And share this video because I know y'all going to want to show this video. But anyway, this is the thing. Okay? Family defines us. Okay? That's just point blank. Family defines us. And family relationship, we learn how to have relationships through family. Because see, when you're born into that family. And you are the first person with that family. And that's how you start knowing how to build a relationship with that family that you are with. Okay? So family is the core of everything that you kind of learn and know, and how, you know, how your personality is and everything like that. All that comes from the family. And the family is the core of that. Okay? An unbalanced family is the worst type of relationship. Okay? And what I mean by that, I can understand that there are some families that they cut ties. It's some people, they cut ties with their family because it's probably something that they felt disconnected. They was disconnected from the family, or they just felt like it was some type of something was going on in the family, like not only disconnect, but they had a discontent. And somebody, it could have been something, abuse going on in the family. It could be that they felt neglected in the family. I understand people who kind of separate themselves from the family because of those reasons. Like if they felt disconnected, neglected, discontent, some kind of abuse was going on. That person, I can understand kind of separating themselves from the family. But then you have some family members that it's nothing that you have done wrong to them. It's nothing that nobody in the family has done wrong to them. They just isolate themselves, or they just don't want to be around the family, or something is going on. So I have to read this one because we all done been through that. And if we all haven't, the majority of us have. You know, you have some families that's very, very tight. And then you have some families that is not as tight as others, you know. And it's okay because everybody don't get along. Okay? That's just point blank. And whether it's your family or friends or whatever, you don't have to get along with most of the family members. And sometimes the outside treat you better than the people that's supposed to be your family. Outside people who's not related to you treat you better than the ones that's related to you. Okay? Then you have the family members. Let me tell you, if you have a family member that they're disconnected from you, or something is wrong in there, whatever, you can't force. Stop forcing a relationship with a family member because they related to you. That's not how that works. You don't have to force a relationship with anybody because you related to them. Okay? That you don't have to do that. You know, just stop forcing that. You know, like, hey, You don't have to force no relationship. They don't want to be bothered with you, then, you know, let them go head on about their business or whatever. You know, you can try to talk about it, but if you talk about it and it's still not working, or, you know, y'all still can't seem to get along or talk or whatever, then you can't force that person. You just have to let that relationship between you and that person and the family eventually build back to where it was. And if it doesn't build back the way it was, then so be it, you know. But let me tell you, I'm getting ready to read some people, but you have some family members who think they are the queen and the king of the family, you know. And what I mean by they think they the king and the queen of the family, means that they think they the whole thing. They think they more than everybody else. They think that, you know, the sun don't shine unless they are around. You see what I'm saying? You have some family members that just think they shit don't stink. Just to put it like that. You know what I'm saying? They just think they more than everybody else. But see, this is something that I could never understand about family members. You know, it's okay. Y'all all raised up together. Say you got a family member, y'all all raised up together. Y'all done ate the same hot dogs together. Y'all done ate the same bologna sandwich together when y'all was little. Y'all done ate the same peanut butter and jelly sandwich together when y'all was little. Hell, when you got ready to get some cereals, maybe somebody drunk all the milk and you only got a little corner left, and we remember you putting water in your milk just to make so you can eat your cereal. You pouring a little water in your milk. We remember all that. You know, people remember all that stuff. Then when you get up there and you get grown and you make a decent amount of money, and now you're making more than the other family members in your family. Now you treating the other family members like they ain't shit. Like you don't want to be around them. You don't want to be around them now because all of a sudden you got a little chump change in your damn pocket, and then you feel like the other family members, you know, they not on your level anymore. They not your quality anymore. That's not who you want to be around anymore, because now you done upped yourself. Now it's nothing wrong. Now don't get me wrong. For the family members who make good money and they have nice houses and they have nice cars and they have nice all this. But now I'm talking to the ones who the family members really ain't did nothing to you. You just turned your nose up because now you making a little bit more than the other family members, okay? You're not ever supposed to forget where you came from. You know what I'm saying? That's just point blank. You know, so now you got a little big house, and you got cars, and you got all this right here. Now you looking at the other family members who might be a little low income, or they might not have as much as you have. Now all of a sudden, you neglecting them, isolating them. You don't want to be around them. And now I ain't talking about the ones who just love to keep up mess. I can understand nobody not being around them kind. But I'm talking about some family members who haven't done anything to you. You know, you can have a family reunion or something, and the one who have everything can go over to another relative house who don't have that much, you know, but they making ends meet. Now, this joker here got their nose turned up at this family member. Now, the next time this family member here offer everybody to come, this bigoted one is talking about, nah, I don't want to go over there. That's not my cup of tea. They ain't got this, they ain't got that. But you forgot about them doggone bologna sandwiches and all them peanut butter and jelly sandwiches you was eating with that same person. Now, you have ate like they ate before. You have lived like they lived before. You have faced the same tribbles and tribulations that they have faced before. But now that you done got a little piece of chump change, I call it chump change because it make people turn into chumps. You know, it make the men turn into chumps and make the women turn out to be like they think they the beauty queen of the family, or they think they the queens of the family. It just turns their whole style off. And then they wonder why the rest of the family don't like them. And the first thing they say, oh, they don't like me because I got a lot of money, because I got this, and because I got that, because they jealous of me. No, ain't nobody jealous of you. You are the one who is acting like you are better than us. You acting like we wasn't raised the same way. You acting like you not from where we from. You acting like you ain't never got along with me. You know, so that's what kills me with some family members. You know what I'm saying? And the one is some family members that just think they the queens and the kings of the family because they done got a hold to a little bit of money. And that's not how it go. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to tell you like this, you know, you have to understand that you can't treat anybody, I don't care if it's a family member or a regular friend, you can't act like you so high, especially if you grew up with these people. You grew up with these people, you was raised with these people, y'all ate Sunday dinner together all the time, growing up and all that, and then when you get a little money in your pocket, you forget everybody. You don't come visit, you don't come check on nobody, you don't come do nothing because you living on this little high horse of yours. And that's the people that I wanted to read right quick on that right there. Because it's a lot of us out there, my viewers and my subscribers, it's a lot of people out there that do have this type of person in their family. And it's sad. It's really sad that that person literally forget or have forgot where they came from. Okay? Then you have sometimes that you can they always want to invite, you have some family members, they always want you to come to their event, but then they don't want to come to your event. You know, it's like every time they have something, you there for them. Every time they have a birthday something, you there for them. Every time they have an anniversary or they throwing some type of celebration, you there for them. Every time they grandkids have a birthday party or whatever, you there for them. But then when you switch it around and now it's your turn and you start inviting people, oh no, they don't want to come. Why? I'm talking to them type of family members. Why is it that you don't want to come? Now, I'm not talking about not wanting to be around the shit starter in the family or the messy person in the family. I ain't talking about that because don't nobody want to be around the messy person. I'm talking about you neglecting almost the whole family. And that's another thing. Let me tell you this. Because you have a problem with one or two people in the family, and y'all have a family reunion, or y'all have a gathering, or y'all have a holiday gathering or something like that. Now, if you have one or two problems with somebody in your family, that don't mean you neglect the whole family. You know, now, we're going to keep it real. Now, I done heard some stars and stuff say, oh, you know, you don't have to be around family. You could discontinue yourself from family. Yeah, you can. But like I always say, these stars will tell us anything because they got their money. They got, you know, they living their big old life. They not living most of the lives that everyday people are living out here. And this is how everyday people family go. And some of these people really do need their family. And some of their family needs to be read. And I need to spill some tea on them. Because they really need to hear and know how it really go. And this is how it is. And Jacqueline, I sure do appreciate you sending in this topic. Because this is a topic that is well needed and well overdue to talk about. And then so let me go back. You do have some family members that you go into everything that they got, but they don't want to come to nothing that you have. They think, you know what they thinking? Is that, oh, I don't want to go over her house, girl. You know, her house, she ain't got but one bedroom. She ain't got enough room. And, you know, I don't want to go in the backyard and barbecue. You know, I just don't like the neighborhood she stay in. Or I just don't. They got all kind of excuses in the world. But they grew up in that neighborhood. But now they don't want to go back to that neighborhood. You mean tell me you can't go back to that neighborhood 15 minutes or 20 minutes or an hour to just say hello and give your greetings to whatever they're having. Happy birthday or happy anniversary or whatever. You can't drop over there for 15 minutes. I'm talking about neglecting the whole family because you have a problem with one or two people in the family. So you neglect your whole family. Now, I ain't coming to that. Or you would say, is such and such going to be there? Is Jill going to be there? And then if the person say, yeah, I invited Jill, I ain't coming. So you going to let Jill stop you and neglect the other 40 or 30 people in your family? Or you going to let Jill stop you from showing love to your family? See, that's what you talk about. That's that selfish stuff that some family members have going on. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that person. Well, hell, you know Jill gonna attend everything we have because she got our last name. We all are family. So Jill gonna be at everything, so you just not gonna come to everything we have because you got an attitude with Jill. Or you got an attitude with Eric. What sense to make it make sense to me? Because I really, and like I said, don't get in these comments talking about, well, you know, some family members are just problematic. But I said that already. I said I'm not talking about the ones who are problematic, and I know you wouldn't want to go over there. Now, if the problematic family member is throwing something, nah, ain't nobody gonna want to go over there because they already know it's gonna be something gonna happen, or something gonna turn out, or it's gonna be an argument, or it might be a fight, it's gonna be something. So nah, ain't nobody gonna want to go over there. I'm talking about the family members who are just having something, who's not that type of person, and they're having something, and they invite you to it, but because you got a problem with one or two of the family members that's going to be there, you just don't come and you neglect yourself all the time from the family. That's what I'm talking about. That's the person I'm reading. Because it don't make sense. And like I said, this is what our show is all about. We try to bring people together. We try to make the community better. We trying to do everything we can to kill all of this neglect, nastiness, bitterness, just want to fight, and I can't stand you, and I can't stand him, and you know, in the world just getting so impacted with violence and bitterness. See, we try to make this show to where, hey, let's show some love. Let's bring some love. Let's bring some love to each other. Let's show some love to others. That's what this is about. You know what I'm saying? So if you that bitter bitty that's mad because I'm saying this, well, click off, unsubscribe. I don't give a damn what you do. But I am here to spill that tea and read your ass. Because family is important in everybody's life. Except, like I said at the beginning, if that person already had a disconnect to the family, or it was some abuse going on in the family, or that person felt discontent in the family, and that's just that family was never really close to them anyway. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the families that y'all do communicate sometimes here and there, or pick up the phone every 6 months and holler at a person or something like that. That's who I'm talking about. What is wrong with fixing your family? That's what I'm saying. And it's another thing. You have some family members that is just hard. It's hard to get them to come to something else. You know what? Because they say the tradition was messed up. Like, okay, maybe growing up y'all had the family reunion, or y'all always had Christmas at a certain Big Mama's house or something. Now Big Mama might not be there no more. So, y'all continue the tradition. But say if you move the tradition and it's not at Big Mama's house no more, maybe y'all still gonna get together on the same day, but it's in another town or another state. Y'all might decide to go to Florida somewhere by the beach, or the whole family go over there. Or you might decide to go somewhere down there in Texas and all the family is gathered around in Texas. I don't know, but everybody's gathering around. It's just in a different spot. And you got some that just don't want no change, can't stand no change, and because it still ain't at Big Mama's house, they don't want to be bothered with nobody in the family. Now, because the tradition is we always have it over Big Mama's house, why we got to have it over here in Florida by the Keys and the beach? Well, what hell wrong? What hell difference does it make? The family is all together. It's just not in that spot. This ain't 1982 no more. This is 2020. Everybody go different places when they having a gathering or a family reunion. They try to make it insert. It might be in the same state and town that everybody is from, but they probably try to find a different location for that event. But then you have some people that in the family that's just so set in their ways, they didn't want to move the event. Now they mad that we always had it right here on such and such street or at Big Mama's house. So now they mad and they don't want to come. It's crazy to me. Make it make sense. Does it really matter? This is 2020. You got to do a little change here and there. You got to do some type of change. But you had them family members that if the event ain't where it used to be, they don't want to be there. If y'all done got the event over here in Florida, I don't like Florida. It's just, you just can't satisfy them family members, you know, because they set in their ways. Or that's where they want to have it at. And then you have some family members, let me read y'all too on these family members, because you got some family members that love to plan an event where they know half the family can't even afford to go to. Now, I done seen that. Where it's a family member of the family will plan an event for everybody. Like, okay, you have this certain person or this certain group of family members, probably about 2, 3 of them, they want to plan a family reunion or they want to plan a family getaway. And they planning this because these are basically the bougie folks I'm talking about. The bougie folks in the family. That king and that queen. They want to always plan something, but they always planning something that's out of everybody else's budget. Now they done plan something that they going up on the mountains and up on the roofs and tops of somewhere and on a cabin or down in the Perdido Keys where the rooms for the family is like $250 or $300 a doggone piece, and you guys half the family members are probably low income. Or if they're not low income, they kind of middle class and barely making it, got about 4 or 5 kids, and it's hard for them to spend $250 and $300 a night for a hotel because they got 4 or 5 kids. They own a budget plan. They have only once a month income. They probably low income. So see, but the bougie folks ain't thinking about that. So then they plan this big event and wonder why half the family don't show up. Then got the nerve to talk about the other half of the family that don't show up because it's just the bougie ones that show up. Then they got the nerve to talk about the ones who didn't show up and not thinking it ain't it ain't the other half of the family. It's your bougie ass that booked, reserved, planned this whole big old thing where the rooms are $250 or $300 for one room. And then they have it in a place where they'll have it, you know, you go to this lavish hotel where they done set up where you paying $250 and $300 for a doggone room, and then when everybody go downstairs to the hotel at the dinner restaurant area to eat, it started off with $35, $40 a plate, and a person got 5 kids, low income, on a budget. No, they can't come. So see, that's what I'm talking about. See, sometimes you get so bougie, you forget how the rest of your family is living. And they see that, okay, half of my family don't have that type of money to throw out. So why plan that? Plan something that can touch and reach everybody's budget. Or it don't take them long to save up so they can attend that event. You know, but it kills me where you have family members always want to stick their feet and hand and ass in a goddamn planning event. And they seems to think less about the family members that don't have. Oh, you know, such and such and them, you know, they ain't got no money. Such and such and them, you know, they living from check to check. Such and such and them. But then when you plan an event, you plan it to where such and such and them not going to be able to make it. But you say it's a family reunion. How in the hell is a family reunion when you making it way over budget for a lot of people? So what I'm going to need these party planners to do, I'm finna spill some tea on your ass. What I need for the party planners to do is stop. Sit down and think about the family members that you have in your family. And you know the ones who probably can't afford a $200, $300 a night hotel. And you can still find nice places, budget style, that it will be able to fit these people. And then that's another thing. Then when you plan this event, you only give people about 2-3 weeks notice or 2-3 months notice. You tell them 3 months before the event get ready to happen. How in the hell you giving people time to prepare for this event? Especially when everything damn near costs in one day $1,000. That ain't including the second day $1,000. But you gonna kick this and spring this on people who are low budget in your family, that type of an event. Now see, I'm just telling y'all how it go. And I know some people probably get mad about this or whatever, but this is how it goes. And I'm talking to my viewers out here and my subscribers out here, is that when you plan an event for the family, I ain't talking about your damn self. Now, if you having a birthday party and you want everybody to come, okay. If you want your birthday party to be at the White House up there and you want everybody to rent a $500 room, okay, that's different. That's your birthday party. And then whoever come can afford to come, they come. But when you say a family reunion, or you say a family Christmas gathering, and you started trying to invite family members from out of town and everywhere else, I'm talking about that type of event. Your ass need to start planning so that you know everybody can attend. You have to think about other people in the family that is not as fortunate as you are. Because when I plan an event for my family, I don't expect for everybody in my family to have the same income I have. I know that it might be somebody in the family that might not make what I make or have what I have, probably don't have transportation, none of that. So I will plan something that I know they probably can't afford if I want something for the whole family. So I'm going to plan something. I got to take my fucking pride out of it and stop thinking that everybody should do this because I can do it. No. I have to think for my entire family that I know a lot don't have. So I have to plan still a very nice event. It's just not going to be as expensive. And you can still find very nice hotels that you probably can spend $100 a night. But they might be okay with that if you can give them like a 10-month notice. So you say this is December, then you say, hey everybody, in July of 2021 or August of 2021, you're giving people 8-9 months ahead in advance. We're going to have this for the family. That way, everybody in the family got, even the ones that you know that probably don't have as much, they will still be able to put up $50 here, $100 here every month, each month. And then when July and August come, they will have that money to have a good time with the family. So that's how you have to do that. So I just had to let that out there for these old party planners who think they got it all high in the horse and all this kind of stuff and think that they can just plan some stuff because that's where they want to go. Well, if that's where you want to go, if you want to go up there to the White House, there ain't no sense in talking about we having a family reunion up there 2 blocks from the White House or wherever, and then making all these people spend all this type of doggone money, and you knowing they don't have it. Now, if that's where you want to go, you schedule that trip on your birthday. But you schedule a family reunion place around a beach or a park or something like that. It ain't got to be all this bougie stuff. And if that's where you wants to go, you go on your damn time. But don't be trying to kill everybody else's pocket in the family because your ass want to go somewhere else and you probably don't want to go by your goddamn self. So then you going to have it, oh, we're going to make it a family event. No, we don't want to go there. So that's the thing on that. Then you have some family members that love attention. They attention seekers. They attention seekers and they always want a damn pity party. Every time you turn around, this certain person in the family is always some attention seekers. They can come to a family reunion or a family gathering and they always got a problem. They always something wrong. It's always this. It's always that. They want a pity party. They can't even enjoy themselves at the family reunion or the gathering for complaining about something that's going on with them. Okay, don't bring all us down. I'm talking about the whole time they there, they talking about how ain't nothing right, or how what's wrong, or what's negative, or what's this, or what's that, or what's that. Now, them type of people, you know, you don't even need to come to the family reunion. Now, I'm talking to them type. You don't even need to come. And then when the family say, okay, y'all, we all going to go down here, or we going to all go a couple of miles down, have something to eat. Oh, I don't feel like going. I don't feel good. Y'all just don't know what I'm going through. You know what? Keep your ass at home. Because we tired of hearing you whine, complain. Every time you around the family, something wrong, something going on. You're so damn negative. Don't nobody want to hear all that. So I'm talking to that type of family member. You do need to stay your ass at home. Because don't nobody want to hear that. Everybody here to have fun. You're a party pooper. I'm talking about the family member who is a party pooper. Every time somebody get together or some kind, and as soon as they walk in the door, everybody, oh hell. He or she. As soon as they walk in the doggone door, it's something. I don't feel good. I don't this. I don't that. I don't this. Why is you here? That's what I want to know. Why is you here? You should have just set this one out. Because every time, then when everybody get to go somewhere, this certain person, nah, I don't want to go. Now this person hoping that everybody else don't go and stay there with them. They party poopers, attention seekers. Attention seekers. And when you got them type of people going on, they got something going on for real inside of them that they always have to have attention. And that's another thing. You see some family members that they don't never come to your stuff, but then you see them, I ain't going to say don't never, they'll come every once in a while. There's something that'll come every once in a while and something that don't come. But then you will see them all on Facebook, all on social media. They everywhere with their little group crew that they hang with. They here. Oh, we over here in Washington. Then they fly somewhere else. Oh, we over here in Jamaica. Then they fly somewhere else. Oh, we over here in New Orleans. You know, the little group people hang around. You know that your family member had a certain group that they hang around all the time. And they flying all over the goddamn world and everywhere. You know, and then as soon as you tell that person, hey, I'm having a big get together for the family, oh, I ain't gonna be able to make that. So you can't make time for your family once a year, but you can make time for these people 8, 9 times a year. And we talking about family members who hadn't done nothing to them, that they really do feel comfortable around these certain family members. They just decide that the family ain't important. These muds over here is. Okay? So I'm here to read your ass too. So, anybody, my viewers and my subscribers, if I'm hitting on some points or some parts of people that you know in your family that I'm talking about them, shoot they ass this video. Because I'm going to tell you right now, I am tired of family. I'm Jacqueline. I'm so glad that Jacqueline Kirkwood, I'm so glad you sending this in, because this is well needed to be talked about for all the families around the world. Because it really don't make sense. People can't help the family they was born into. And y'all all have the same blood. Y'all all are related. And at least you could put some type of effort in to try to make an amend, if you have one, to make with a family. If you have some issues with a person in your family, you might want to start thinking about talking about them issues. But you need, I'm talking about family who are used to being together or be together or whatever like that. Family is important. I don't care what nobody say. Oh, I don't need my family. Yeah, it might be certain situations that this is true. That a person do have to disconnect themselves from their family. But I'm talking about just a family that they probably don't talk every day, but they do get invitations to a gathering, a family reunion, a wedding, and all this stuff. Well, then, that's the families I'm talking to. If you still getting those invitations and you still can pick up the phone and call 1 or 2 of your family members or something like that, then you are still connected to your family. And if you have an issue with 1 or 2 people in your family, that don't mean you neglect the whole damn family. Because that 1 or 2 persons that you don't like gonna be there. That's about the dumbest thing I done ever heard of. So you basically chopping your love for everybody else because of 1 or 2 people in the family that you probably don't get along with. Make it make sense to me. Because I want to know. It really don't make sense. And another thing, I really do have to say, you have some family members that if things don't go their way, everybody is a problem. Things don't go their way, or everybody in the family is a problem. Everybody, they don't like everybody in the family. They got a problem with everybody in the family. This person, there's a one family member that got a problem with everybody. I don't like her. I don't like him. I don't like her. I got a problem with this this person. I don't like this person. You know, things just, you know, if things don't go their way, they pissed and they don't want to be around the family. But that person failed to realize, well, damn, if you got a problem with 5 and 6 members of your family, it might be your ass. Think about it. It might be your ass. If everybody else in the family is getting along a little bit, I ain't going to say great, but if everybody else in the family is getting along a little bit, but you are the only ass that got a problem with 4 and 5 people in the family. You got, and then they different problems. It's not like it's something broke out and everybody was involved in that one particular situation. I'm talking about you're mad at Jill because You think she took your shoes. Then you mad at John because you don't like that he didn't speak to you. Then you don't like May May because you don't like that he got the chicken wing and you didn't. You don't like Auntie Betty because you feel she rolls her eyes at you or she said something to you that you didn't like. If you got a problem with all these people, it might be you. You might be the problem. Because how you got a problem with all these people, but ain't nobody else in the family really got that type of beef with them? You got a beef with everybody. So the problem might be you. So you might want to check your damn self and see what's going on within you. That's what I feel. That's what I feel. And 9 times out of 10, it's right. You are the problem. If you got a problem with everybody in the family, but then the family continues on, but you still sitting somewhere in a cubby hole or up around the bed laying down complaining about how you don't like this person, that person, this person, that person, this person, that person, that person, it might be you. That's all I'm saying about that one right there. And then, one thing I have to say is you have these family, because I'm going to tell you, I have seen, you have family members that be all on these social media posts and they be chilling with their homies and their friends and everything else. They go to all these events. They go to all these special gatherings. They go to all these night dances. They do all this stuff with their group and their friends. But when it comes time for them to do something with their family, they got a damn excuse. All the time. And ain't nobody did nothing to them in that family. They just don't want to take the time to make time for their family. And then you have the ones that, you know, it's the same ones that they all on the Facebook post, the Instagram posts, and they doing all this every day, all day, every day, all day. They doing all this. Oh, they tell the world they business, but won't pick up the phone and tell their family their business. And what I mean by the business, if I got to find out through Facebook that a family member of mine is real sick, make it make sense. That's because you want some attention. That's all that is. A person who do that, you got family members that Facebook will know, Instagram will know, Twitter will know, all of them will know, Snapchat, whatever, all of them will know your family member's business, and you won't. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. And then they had a nerve to call you and say, well, you know, I was in the hospital for about a month. No, I didn't know. Well, I had it on Facebook. What the hell? I don't give a damn about you having it on Facebook. Tell me. Call me. Ain't you got my number? You calling me now? Ain't you got my number? Call me now. Why I got to know what's going on with my family through Facebook, through Instagram, through Snapchat, through Twitter. All that is they got their hand up saying, see me, I want some attention. Because 9 times out of 10, the reason why they putting all this stuff on Facebook, because they want a pity party. And they want somebody to say, oh, man, I sure hope you feel okay. Man, oh, man, are you serious? Oh, man, you know, oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. See, that kind of stuff boosts their ego. So, you don't tell your family, because, see, your family know you. See, all that shit you put up there on them social media posts, So you do that because you want those people's sympathy. Because you know if you tell the family, it ain't really that deep. So you ain't going to tell your family because it ain't really that deep. So that just let us know you seeking attention. You want a pity party. You want some acknowledgement that you are here on earth. We know that. Well, the family know that, but see, social media people don't. So you got to keep yourself on social media to keep their attention. And you go places and you put it on social media that you're doing this and you're doing that and you're doing this and you're doing that and you're doing this and you're doing that. And oh, you traveling here and you traveling there and you doing all that. And then when your family asks you to come to an event and you say no, don't think the family gonna look at you like, huh? No. You've been going everywhere else. And then the family member be like, well, what's wrong? What's the problem? Oh, well, you know, I got something planned for that specific time that you talking about, so I'm not going to be able to come. So it's stuff like that. And I'm not trying to make this video real long, y'all, but we're talking about family. And this needs to be spoke on. It really do. And it's happening to not just our subscriber who requested this. It's happening to a lot of us throughout this world, United States and everywhere, that this is going on in the family. And y'all need to fix that. You need to fix that. Because it really don't make sense. It really don't. And you got some family members, if you don't kiss their ass, they don't want to be bothered with you. If they can't use you, or you don't kiss their ass, they don't want to be bothered with you. And I'm the type, hey, if you that type of family member, that because I won't let you use me, or because I won't kiss your ass, that you don't like me, I don't like you either. But it ain't going to stop me. I'm not going to penalize the rest of my family by not coming, showing love to the rest of my family when we have a family event because of the joker who don't like me, or they mad because I won't let them use me, or they mad because I won't let them kiss my butt. I act like they ain't even at the gathering. But I'm going to show love to everybody else. But what I'm not going to do is not go because I don't like this person and this person don't like me. Make it make sense. Y'all got this family thing all messed up. God put that word in for everybody for a reason, family. And I don't see how people can listen to some of these stars and everybody, oh, well, you know, you ain't got to be around family. But you know why? They family don't want to be bothered with them? Because they the ones that got the money and they was eating them bologna sandwiches and peanut butter sandwiches, just like I said from the beginning. But when they got that little money, they started acting shicky and shavy. That's what that is. It ain't that the family members want some of their money, or the family members, they don't want to come around. Every time I come around, somebody in my family wants something. Well, say no. I ain't got it. But don't make it look like you don't fool with them because they did something to you. No, you don't fool with them because you got a little celebrity money. Make it make sense. And not all celebrities are like that. But I know some who are. I'm just saying, make it make sense. See, people blame their families for a whole lot of reasons. That's their own reasons. People blame family because they got some inner issues. People blame the family. Now, you can have issues with the family on whoever it is that you have that problem with. And if you don't want to solve that person with that problem with that person, then I understand that. But you still don't neglect your entire family because of one or two people you don't like. or they don't like you. So what? That's not how that go. That's not how the higher power invented family to be. And like I say, in some cases that are exceptions to the rule. And that's what I said at the beginning. But then the majority of the time, it ain't no exceptions to the rule. You got family members that's just assholes. That's just it. So, now, I'm going to tell you this. Y'all need to try to make amends with whoever it is you need to make amends with. But if them people don't want to make amends, you can't force anybody to make amends with you in your family. Because when you force somebody to have a relationship with you, whether it's family members or not, it's very stressful and unhealthy. You have to just let that relationship build back to where it was, if it ever get back to where it was. But what I'm saying is, if you do have an issue with someone, don't let that make you penalize your entire family because that one person, or maybe that two person. That's where you are doing your family injustice. That's all I have to say about that part right there. Now, you got other family members that love to gossip. And I ain't trying to make this real long, and I'm going to shut it down real quick. But you got some family members that love to gossip. You have to discourage the gossipiness. You have to tell them, now, I don't want to talk about my cousin such and such, or I don't want to talk about my auntie such and such, or I don't want to talk about my brother such and such, or I don't want to talk about my sister such and such. You have to say, I don't want to talk about my uncle. Let's talk about something else, but I do not want to talk about them. You have to discourage all that gossip. Because you got some people in the family that they love to gossip. And they don't feel good about themselves unless they stirring up some shit. Stirring up some mess. And them the ones you just have to cut off and be like, nah, I don't want to talk about it. And then if every time you contacted or talking to this person, they always start a mess, that's when you ain't got to answer their phone call no more. Or you ain't got to go to their house no more, nothing like that. But you still should go to your family function. That don't mean, but see, 9 times out of 10, that gossip, the one who love to gossip and start a mess, that ain't going to start it at that family reunion because everybody there. And they don't know if they might get a foot up the butt or what, so they ain't going to say too much of nothing with everybody around the family event. They're going to wait till they get at home and then start calling everybody and want to gossip. Girl, did you see what such and such had on? Girl, did you see what such and such had? Girl, did you see such and such? Come on now. Come on now. That's when you know the ones who love to gossip and talk behind folks' back, them the ones that you just don't even answer the phone for no more. Them the ones you don't even call no more. When you see them, it's once a year, and that's at the event. But you not make yourself not go because you know that person going to be there. That's crazy. You know? So, everybody you have to encourage your family members. And, you know, it starts at home. Because that's just like I said. You could tell when some people in the family be talking about you within their family circle. You know, that's just like, you know, you could tell that if you got a sister or a brother or a cousin or whoever, and you could go over their house, and then they kids, you say, hey, they kid, and they kid frown up, got their nose throwed up in the air at your ass. And you like, why this little joker here got their nose throwed up at me? They act like they don't like me because they hearing it from the house. That's when you know that your family talking about you. And the sad part is the kid that don't like you, but turns into a teenager who don't like you, and turns into a grown person who don't like you. And then the family keeps this whole cycle of gossiping and talking about certain people, and it just keeps folding over and folding over and folding over. So that's why I'm here to tell y'all, stop it, crush it. Because if you was to walk into my house and my kids or my grandkids or whoever see you, they not going to throw their nose at my family members. You know why? Because I don't talk about my family members. I pick up the phone. If I got a problem with one, I pick up the phone and tell them they self. Ain't got to tell nobody else. That's wasting breath. Why am I going to waste my breath telling somebody else what I don't like about you when I could just directly call you or directly come over to your house and tell you my damn self? That's too much like work. I ain't never been like that. That's too much like work. Why I'm going to call John and tell him about how I don't like Jill when I could just not call John and go straight to Jill's ass and tell her what I don't like or what she did or what I feel that was wrong or this, that, and maybe me and Jill could straighten it out. And if me and Jill can't straighten it out and she still can't get my point and I can't get her point, well then, we just don't fool with each other until I see them that once a year at the event. And I still will bypass Jill because I'm not going to let Jill affect the love I have with the rest of my family. And I sure don't want nobody in this comment to come in here and say, oh, well, you know, some family members. I said that already. We talking about how you going to fix it. That's what I'm talking about. How you going to fix it. I'm tired of hearing about the divide. I want to hear about the togetherness. How can you make that happen? That's what I'm talking about. Okay? So now what you need to do is when you have family events, you just family in general. Everybody needs to encourage an open mindset. An open mind and respect. Now you can hold on to your values of what you believe in. But staying closed-minded, self-imposed, loyal to how things used to be, that ain't gonna do nothing but force you into isolation and bitterness. That's all it's going to do. You know, you have to encourage people around you and family members, even if somebody is calling you, talking about this one, talking about that one. Encourage them to have an open mind. Encourage them to see what the other one might be thinking and the reason why they probably did what they did. You have to encourage togetherness. You have to encourage an open mind. Because an open mind and respect will keep a family together a long way. But if you got that closed mind and you self-imposing and you loyal to how things used to be, well, we used to do stuff like this. Yeah, I don't want to be there no more because we don't do it like that no more. When you start getting into that, you force yourself into isolation and bitterness among the family. You know what I'm saying? And start rotating these family events. And first of all, if anybody, my viewers or subscribers, or y'all listening to this, and y'all say, our family ain't got together in about 3 or 4 years, you plan it. You plan it. Even if 2 people don't show up, maybe the next year 5 people show up. Maybe the next year 7 people show up. But you plan it. Because that's what's wrong with this world today. Everybody is acting like nobody else matters. Start showing a little bit more love. Reach out. If you the type that say, I ain't got with my family about 4 or 5 years because I don't get along with my family and this and that. We ain't all got together in about 4 or 5 years. Well, maybe it's time for somebody to take the first step. I'm encouraging the love for the family today. Take a first step. And like I say, go back to the beginning. I said it is some issues and some situations that this just can't be done. That person has to continue on for the rest of their life, discontinuing a relationship with family. But the majority of the family got this old petty stuff going on that I just mentioned inside of this video. That's what you need to think about. You need to fix. Because I'll probably get a phone call soon as y'all see this video, and soon as this video ends, I might get some phone calls from my goddamn family. Was you talking about me? Does the goddamn shoe fit your ass? If it fit your ass, yeah, I'm talking about you. And if I'm not talking about you, I tell you I ain't talking about you. But I know this video gonna hit some nerves to a lot of members around this world of a family. And like I said, if you don't have the courage to tell your family what I'm saying here today, shoot them this video and let them look at it. And maybe it might change their kind of concept of how they think or feel. Maybe they might become a little more open to the family. Maybe they might show a little bit more love to the family. But in the meantime, like I said, if you are a person who your family haven't got together for more than 2 and 3 years, and we know about COVID-19 and all that, but let me tell you, y'all can do a virtue gathering. Ain't nothing wrong with everybody popping up and doing virtue. And you got about 6 or 7 people talking together at one time. Y'all can have a virtue Christmas. You can have a virtue New Year, you can have a virtue everything. So, we got this technology now where ain't none of that no longer no excuses. You ain't got to have a gathering right at this moment because we know about the C-19. But what we can do is still do virtual stuff. So that ain't no excuse. But y'all need to plan family reunions more for families who haven't done it and haven't done it in about 2, 3, 4 years. Y'all really need to get up off y'all asses and do this. And you got some family members that they just in one state and they don't want to move. They not going nowhere where the family reunion at. The family reunion come right in their back door. They still ain't going to come. Well, that's just them. That's their issue. But what I'm saying is, you really need to bring more love inside this family. That's why we got so much out of control teenagers, adults. We got so many out of control because people have lost touch base with family. Because when family get together, you had the old school uncle, the new school auntie. You have everybody that could throw some knowledge into these youngsters and into each other. But we done got away from all that. And you could tell, because look at all the stuff that's happening right now that's negative throughout this world. You could tell that family done separated from family. You could tell. So y'all need to get it together. And y'all need to start new traditions. And if you ain't never had a family reunion a day in your life, and you start one. Tell the people in 2021, December of 2021, hey y'all want to do this? Send out some invitations. Like I said, don't but 2 or 3 of your family members show up. Oh well, at least you send invitations out. And then maybe the next year, it might grow from 4 people showing up to 9 people showing up. From 9 people showing up to 15 people showing up. And then you can get that gathering together. Because you got a lot of family members. You got a lot of these kids running around here dating each other and don't even know they cousins. They dating each other and don't even know that's their half-brother. They dating each other and don't even know they uncles and aunts. Because they don't know. Then they want to say, oh, that's incest. You know they have incest. Who fault is that? Because y'all haven't got together to show these kids, this is your cousin, this is your auntie, this is your uncle, this is your thing. I'm talking about to the family members who done lost touch and staying as if family don't exist. And then later on down the line, y'all children or grandchildren or whatever meet each other and not even knowing they related and start dating. And what I mean by then, I say, whose fault is that? It's y'all fault. So you need to bring this togetherness back. Because that's exactly what's wrong with the world today. And everybody, who these kids or something else? Who these kids just robbing and killing? Who these kids that... A lot of that has to do with family neglecting family. That's all I got to say about that. So you need to really do that. And a resentment in a family, let me tell you this, a resentment in a family member who holds on to resentment don't want to show no love. They don't want to show no happiness. They don't want to show no joy. They just make it hard. They make it hard for the family to move to the next level. Because you have that certain person in the family that has some type of resentment that they just won't let go of. And that resentment causes them not to show any love, any respect, any happiness, any joy. They don't want to show any of that because they just got this resentment towards everybody that they claim they don't like. That person makes it harder for everybody else to get along. Because that person, you can believe, they on the telephone all the time or they somewhere, and every time you get with them, they talking about this cousin, that auntie, that uncle, that everybody, that niece, that nephew. They on the phone talking about everybody. They don't want no happiness. Well, that might be the one that needs to isolate themselves, or everybody needs to isolate. Because it shows, the resentment shows that no matter how much other parties in the family try to make peace with them, they still have this damn thing about them that they're going to keep holding on to resentment. Yeah, it might be time to let that one go by themselves. It might be time for that one not to be around nobody else because they so full of damn bitterness. You know? They are the ones who will actually tear the family apart for a long period of time. You know? So you have to build a healthy relationship with your families. You have to do that. And so, like I said, if you don't have family reunion, start a tradition. Start a new tradition. Plan a holiday gathering. Plan a family reunion. Plan a virtual game night. Plan a virtual Christmas. Plan a family cook-off. You know, where you say, oh, let's see who can cook this the best. Plan a family cook-off. You could do so much stuff. But I had to read these family members. I really did. I had to read these family members. And once again, thank you, Jacqueline, for putting this request in because it was well needed and well overdue. So like I said, I needed to spill that tea, that hot tea on some of y'all. And that's all I got to say about that. Fix your doggone family. And if y'all know anybody in the family that's like that, shoot them this video. Gain knowledge to prevent blockage. And we all know what that means. The more you know, the harder it is for anybody to block y'all from y'all success and your goals. Like I said, bye-bye, and fix your family. That's what you do. Now, that's all I got to say about that.